Hello, my beautiful people. What's up this morning? How are you people doing? Good morning. I had to come on here real quick. I'm heading to work and I wanted to just talk about this real quick. Something that happened yesterday and just share my 2 cents. Honestly, I'm not really a fan of how do I put it? Like, I don't really care for what happens in people's relationships. It's the context of things that I see on social media that I like to talk about and share my 2 cents about what I feel about it. And yeah, like somebody can learn one or two things and I can also learn from you guys. That's why I try to do things like this sometimes, not all the time. So without much further ado, we're just going to jump right into this real quick because you're going to work. I do this for the people, you guys. I do this for you guys. Anyways, let's go into this. A social media influencer, I guess I can call him that, had posted something on his social media page. Solomon Bucci is his name. I don't really know so much about him, don't really care, to be honest, but then it was like the context of the content that he posted that caught my attention. And I think it was his fiance's birthday or something, proposal something. He posted some kind of caption, for her, and that was what caught my attention. I didn't want to read it, but then I realized sometimes that a lot of people on YouTube are actually not on Instagram and don't really know what's going on. So I'm just going to do that for you guys, favor for you guys. Let me read it real quick. By the way, this got on Shade Room, you guys, and when he gets on Shade Room, you know it's real. Okay, so he said, you are not the most beautiful woman, neither are you the most intelligent woman, but I've chosen to never find perfection in anyone else. I put my gaze on you, and with that commitment, we would mold ourselves to ourselves. Our perfection is our commitment. Stating that you are not the most beautiful or intelligent might sound like it's not a compliment, yeah, but it's a realistic base for real love. Acknowledging that my woman isn't the best, but I'm not looking for the best. I was looking for you and I found you. There's no best, there's just someone you choose and see the best in them. This to me is the real love, not the one that consoles itself on the false reality that their partner is the most good-looking, most intelligent, most successful person in the world. That's disingenuous and doesn't give room for love to thrive. Now, I don't think that was the end, but I just had to. The most important part of it was what I had to read out. So when I saw this, the first thing I do when I see things like this, you guys, what's the first thing you do when you see things like this? For me, the first thing I did, what do you think it was? Guess. Yeah, I sent it to my husband. That's the first thing I did. I'm like, I think I sent it to him on Twitter. My husband and I have weird places where we converse. It depends on where I see the gist or the information. If it's on Twitter, I send on Twitter. If it's something I have to copy and paste, send on WhatsApp. If it's regular text, iMessage. If it's Instagram, like our gist just used to spread on so many social media platforms, messaging apps. Anyway, so I sent it to my husband. That's the first thing I did. And I can't even read my husband's comment. I think basically, Toy was like... Nah, this guy is not serious. Because how do you say such? How do you say that your wife is not the most beautiful woman in the world? How do you say that your wife is not the most intelligent woman in the world? And I thought about it and I was like, I get it that she may not have a problem with it, but me, I definitely have a problem with it. So he says something about how he thinks it is disingenuous to say that your husband or your spouse or your partner is the most beautiful person in the world or the most intelligent person. I actually don't think it's disingenuous. I actually disagree. I disagree totally. Rather, I think it's insensitive of him to say that his wife is not the most beautiful person or not the most intelligent person. And I think personally it comes from a place of insecurity. Now, I have seen and heard so many comments on this thing, and some people are for him. I've heard things like, oh, it's a play on words. Listen, a play on words. If you're going to play on words, right, I feel like as you have said all those things that she's not, you would have also highlighted all those things that she is. I think that's how poetry works, or when you're trying to do all these fake deep quotes. I'm not even a fan of all these fake deep quotes, but that's what I think it was. I think he highlighted everything that she was not and did not make mention of anything that she was. And I don't understand how that works. You know, like I think back to when even I had like big nose when I was pregnant, like my face was swollen, my legs were swollen, and you know, I was wobbling like a tolo tolo, like like a turkey. I was waddling, and my husband was still telling me deep down with him about how beautiful he thought I was. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what anybody says. As far as I am concerned, my husband is the most handsome man in the world, and that's not disingenuous. It's the reality. Because if I didn't think that, you know, he was that kind of person to me, then why did I agree to marry him? Like, that just means that I settled. So is Buchi trying to tell us that he settled for his wife? I feel like if you are in that position, if you personally don't think that person is the most beautiful person to you, or you don't think that that person is the most intelligent person to you, or let's even move it in top notch, or give it a notch and say the person is not the most God-fearing person you've seen, or the person is not the most spiritual person you've seen, then why are you getting into a relationship with that person? If you know that this person cannot, let's take it spirituality, you know, I'll always come there because that's where I roll, man. If you know that that person is not somebody that can lead you or uplift you and make your Christian race better, then why exactly are you settling for the person? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're settling because you don't think the person is the most intelligent person. So if you don't think the person is the most intelligent person, how do you expect to get anything done? How do you expect your Christian race to happen? How do you expect them to teach your kids? How do you expect you guys to do proper planning together? I'm not personally, I know I'm not the most intelligent person. I also know that I'm not the most beautiful person. But the last person that I should be hearing that thing from is my husband. Because if you felt like you've seen others, or you have others that are more beautiful, that are more intelligent, that, you know, why did you move on to me? Why did you come to me? Why did you, it's like, or maybe you know that he knows that his wife is not the most beautiful, is not the most intelligent. Maybe he thinks she's fine, he is better looking than her, or he is more intelligent than her. It all boils down to settling, and it all boils down to having insecurities, as far as I'm concerned. And then, people started having other posts about like things he said about during the course of their relationships, about how the first time he had met her, he googled some hard maths questions for her to solve. By the way, this lady that he keeps saying that is not the most intelligent actually allegedly graduated first class in actuarial science or something like that, something math related, and she's actually really brilliant. She's actually really good looking also, so I wouldn't understand why he would say that. And like I said, the people that say it's play on words, there's nothing like play on words like that. I've seen play on words where you say all those things and then you end it with, okay, this person is all of this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't just say all the bad things that you think that the person is not, like, so people had said that in the course of their relationship, or when they started dating, he had, for some reason, googled some hard math question, and he had hacked that to solve that on the first date. Listen, to each his own, man. Honestly, to each his own. Because even besides interview, they know they ask you to solve math question, but I digress. Anyways, so she like solves the question or something, and apparently did not get it, and rather than maybe commend her or something, he's like, oh, with all this your Oyinbo that you're speaking, because apparently she lives abroad. I don't know where she lives, but she lives abroad. She's probably a citizen of another country, which honestly, to me, girl, it's like this girl that is coming down like this, because this girl is 100, she's a spec, yo. But anyways, and then instead of her to like commend her, he's like, oh, after all this Oyinbo that you're speaking, you actually still got it wrong. But whatever happened after that, it's really their business, and they're engaged. Oh, they're actually engaged. I mean, they just got engaged or something. Why me? I'm here, that I'm sitting here to talk to you people, my people. You know me, I will come and give you advice and tell you, see, don't settle. That, I think that's the number one thing that I am getting from all of this, because I feel like it is when people settle for someone, that's when they get all this higgy haga happening up and down, and that's when even you as the lady, you think, oh, it's well, he's trying to tell me that I'm not the most beautiful lady he's seen, I'm not the most intelligent lady he's seen, but he actually stayed with me. And that's when you hear ladies say all these things like, oh, don't worry, he can go out, he will still come back home to me. That's some BS, man. The other day it was what's this show called that you guys watch? I haven't watched a whole full clip of it, but I've seen like bits and pieces on Instagram. Real Housewives of Lagos, and I think it was like Laura AKG or something that was saying something like, people talk about her husband, but the most important thing is that he comes back home to her. And I'm like, how is that a, like, we're supposed to give you a trophy, or we're supposed to give you a medal or something, like, so he can do everything he's doing outside and then still, but as long as he comes back home to you, you don't, like, you really don't care. And that's where I'm going with this. Like, so you by the time you settle as a lady, because honestly, I actually think she settled. I don't think he settled, because he doesn't even, allegedly does not even have the level of degree that this lady actually even has. Like, all the things she has achieved, it actually doesn't really even have it, allegedly, according to what I'm saying. So it's like, it feels like when it's the lady that settles, then you start like having it in your mind, in your subconscious, that, you know what, it's actually fine, he still regards me, he's still this, he's still that, you know, he still cares about me, he has seen so many beautiful ladies in the world, so many intelligent ladies, so many God-fearing ladies, but he chose to settle for me. And I just think that your worth, like, you ladies, we're supposed to know our worth. Like, you're supposed to have more self-worth, and I think that's also starts from building your self-esteem. And I think the reason why I can sit down here today to really talk about this is that I have built my self-esteem to get to that kind of level. See, maybe if I had seen this post a couple of years back, I would have said, well, you know, he actually does care about her. But now I'm like, no, like, you're perfect, girl. Like, this girl, you guys, I don't, if you see pictures of this babe, she's a speck, a full speck. And I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, what, like, what is this, you know? So, I'm here to just tell you that, see, listen, don't settle for less. Don't settle for somebody that just thinks you're okay. Like, your spouse, this is somebody you plan to spend the rest of your life with. Because what then happens when you have children? Then you start saying, oh, my children are not the most beautiful children in the world. Listen, there is no mother in this world, or even father in this world, that I have seen, except you have mental problems, that will say their child, like, you, sometimes you'll be looking at the child and you'll be like, ah, oh God. But the parents will still tell you, this is the most beautiful child in the world, this is the most intelligent child in the world. And we need to embrace that. Parents, so I talked about single ladies, single men, don't settle, you know, deal with your insecurities before you get into whatever type of relationship, so that when somebody is blowing hot air in the air for you, hot zobo in the air for you, it will not be entering your brain, because you yourself going, you have stood giddy back. You, the affirmations you tell yourself every day, there's nothing that can shake it, me calling me. But then, so that's that. Then as parents, this is something I would never ever tell a parent to do. Don't tell your child, you're not the most beautiful child in the world, or you're not the most intelligent child in the world. Like, I keep thinking about that post that I saw yesterday, and I'm like, if you're saying this to your wife, then what do you say to your kids? So when you start having kids, you say, oh, it's disingenuous to tell my children that they are not the most beautiful in the world, they're not the most intelligent in the world, because it's not the reality. No. Every day you tell your children you love them. Every day you tell your children that they are beautiful, that they are God-fearing, that God has made them wonderfully made. God has made them wonderfully. Every day you tell your children how intelligent they are, even when you know they are maybe missing a few grades or missing a few points at school. Maybe they're not even coming first in class. It's not everybody that's going to come first at the end of the day. But then you're still telling them how proud you are of them. And when you start building your life and your marriage and you're telling your spouse this, then how do you imbibe or instill those things in your children? Because then your wife too is used to you talking to her like that, and she can't even build those kind of self-esteem in her children. She can't even have this beautiful words of affirmation for her children, you know. And I'm just it's just blowing my mind, you guys, that somebody would actually say this. Do you say this to your children? For those that are saying it's a play on words, do you play on words with this kind of things for your children, or where do we draw the line at the end of the day, you know? That's why sometimes it's too much talk that used to cause all these type of things, because when you're always posting on social media, sometimes you goof, and it happens to the best of us. It happens to, I'm sure it has happened to me once or twice, you know. It happens to the best of us, but then you need to be very, very careful of all the talk that you're always talking. If you're going to talk, if you're going to lie about things, remember your lies. If you're going to talk about things, remember the things you said in the past, because people can go and whip up, especially that we're doing videos, like they'll go and whip up your old videos, and you will say it, and it will not be that, oh, somebody hacked my phone or something like that. Because apparently people had found some tweets of his from like 2020, which was like 2 years ago, where he was saying it is when somebody does not have emotional intelligence that they say that their wife is not beautiful or their spouse is not intelligent. So I'm like, oh God, what happens to your emotional intelligence at this point in time? It flew out the window. Oh God, bye bye, I just went it just went past, you know. So we need to be very careful of too. I personally think it's too much talk that is causing all these things, because I think it was just, you know, all this, oh, you always, anything you type and post on social media, because you have a huge following, you know that people are going to run with it. This one, people did not run with it though. People didn't run with it. And then it probably might also have been doing it for clout, you know, like, okay, yeah, I know that when I post this type of caption, everybody's going to like, ooh, yo, this is huge. And it's even possible that he had even told his fiance that, look, I want to post this thing. I personally don't mean it. I just need it for engagement. Let me know how you feel about it before I post it. They may even have that kind of, you know, conversation before actually posting it. You never know. See, everything on social media is for content. Content is always content. People tell their spouses things before they get done. Pranks. Are you kidding me? People's spouses know about pranks before they even get them done. So they plan the pranks together. That's by the way. So it might even be that they've had a conversation about this and she's like, she might have even been the one present, you know. But then if also that's not the case, please let's build our insecurities. Let's get out of that mind shift. We need to mind shift and have a different mind change, especially when we are singles, so that we can be able to have a wholesome life when we now then get into that relationship and people are not just talking to us anyhow and we're just listening. I wish them all the best in their relationship, in their marriage, whenever they have kids. I know they think they probably know what they're doing. Wish them all the best in all of that. Good luck, you guys. You guys gonna be fine. Just be careful about social media and the things that you post. And you know that when you bring something on social media, it's fair game to everybody. So don't be like, oh, mind your business. Boo, you posted it out there. Don't tell people to mind your business after you posted it out there. And also people saying things like, you're not the wife. You cannot. I know. I can't understand. It cannot even be me. It can never even be me, because me got very man. So it can't even be me. But good luck to them. Good luck to their little relationship. Yeah. Yeah. You guys, me, I've told you my own. Let's just be more sensible about things like this and be careful about, you know, the perspective that we put out there about our lives. I'm very, very careful about that. Let me know what you guys think about all of this that has happened that happened yesterday. If you're one of those that think that there is really nothing wrong in what he has posted, I actually really want to know. Besides the people that say it's poetry and play on words, I really want to know. And besides people that say it's his wife, listen. But let me know what you think. Let me also know what you think. If you don't agree with what he posted, let me know. Leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Running late right now, but I'm so happy and grateful that I got to do this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, share with everyone that you know. See you guys. Bye.